Hey everyone, and welcome to About Bitcoin Bubble News. There's no doubt that the next 1 or 2 days will be very important for Bitcoin's price over the next few weeks. In the past few days, I've already said that Bitcoin's next rise will really help us figure out what's going on with prices over the last few weeks. Some hints were already sent to us yesterday. I'd like to start with the daily time range. Things have not changed at all here. The same situations are still being talked about, plus a few bullish ones. Or let's say one straight bullish and one slightly more bearish. Then there are the bigger bearish scenarios that we've been talking about for months. I just don't show them in every view, but they are on the chart and have been talked about. No one should be surprised by it anyway. Let's go over the different possible outcomes again. The most optimistic one is in white. Now we have a wave 4 low that might be there and could have formed on August 5th, but we need 5 waves up to be sure that this is the case. That message is still the same. We need those 5 waves and the pattern would only be linear, so we can't believe it. That's something you should know. We can only really expect prices to go up to 90 to 100,000 once these 5 waves are over and we see the 3 waves slow down in circle 2. That hasn't changed, but small changes in prices over shorter periods of time have made this less possible. For that reason, I think it needs to show itself again. It has to prove itself anyway since it's a lateral pattern and we need those 5 waves to be sure, as I said, but things have happened on shorter time scales that make this scenario a little less likely. That's why I want to focus more on the yellow count here. In the yellow scenario, which we talked about a larger wave for, is still possible and very likely as long as we don't get 5 waves up according to the white count. We are dealing with a WXY structure in the yellow case. The Y wave is an A, B and C from the March high. The B wave may have already reached its highest point. In this case, things are set up to go down and we could go even lower. Things haven't really changed in these situations in the past few weeks. It's just that we now have another bearish setup on the shorter period which we haven't had in few weeks. You may remember that I talked about this yellow scenario before, but the micro setup wasn't really negative. There is now a real 5 wave move down and a corrective recovery, which makes me pay more attention to this. In this case, that scenario, that bearish setting, could be easily thrown out. That's why I've been stressing for a few weeks now that the small price changes here are very unstable and can happen any day. For us, this means that the market signs in this price range can change quickly as the market tries to figure out what's going on. So when I see a negative setup, I have to say something about it. On the shorter time frame, we can look at that too. For now, this could take us down to about 43 to 49k. It might be a great idea to get into the market for more long positions if we get to this point and then see a first 5 wave move up. Yes, but the risk is high right now because this yellow count could take us to a range of 43,000 to 49,000 if the bulls don't finally make these 5 waves. And there are no signs right now that they plan to do that. Also, situations below 43,000 are more likely to be gloomy. They shouldn't be a surprise either. I did see a few texts today that I don't usually talk about, but they are on the chart. As a member, don't forget that. And as a silver or gold member, you can see these charts. They are labeled, kept up to date, and the situations are real. Also, in a live stream for members only, I think it was early in August, we talked about what would happen if Bitcoin fell below the low from August 5th. These scenarios have already been shared, so they shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, except maybe people who don't watch the videos very often. They are very far away right now, so I don't talk about them every day. But they are there, which is why I keep an eye on the support levels, right? So if we break below 43k, and we already have a break below the low from August 5th, the purple count here is more likely to happen, and it means that the bear market is back, or is it? It's been there the whole time. We've been in a bear market all along. Well, not all the time. It just means that the bear market didn't end on November 22nd. That's 3 waves going down in wave A and 3 waves going up in wave B. We might be going down now in wave C. Something is wrong with this chart or layout because it doesn't go down quickly. We could always turn it into a cross, or we could make that big triangle I mentioned before. That this wave 4, which might have reached its lowest point on November 22nd, is just a triangle. Then we can understand the corrective slowdown up here, since the C wave of the triangle is a corrective move. So that's why it might be helpful. So just get ready for that. Okay, of course, how you prepare for that is completely up to you. It just means taking a look at your collection and making sure you have a plan. Okay, I mean, the theory isn't the only thing that matters. How people act in these situations is also important. Each person's case is different, but I wanted to bring these up again to draw everyone's attention to them. They haven't changed much in a while, right? One thing that is important to note is that odds can change quickly, and right now we are in the middle of a range. This means that even small changes in the microstructure can have an effect on risks. Right away, let's get to the main point. We have only recovered in 3 waves so far, and it would be easy for us to break down from here. If the market tells us to make 5 waves up, we will do that. It hasn't been thrown out or anything, but on a smaller scale, we can see from this 30-minute chart that there has been a 5 wave move down from the high on August 25th. We were waiting for a rise and we saw it come through in 3 waves. 5 waves down followed by 3 waves up is not a sign that the price will go up. Besides that, we saw another 5 wave move down yesterday. In this case, I need to point out that the price is set to fall with resistance at 60,000 and a support level at 60.7 thousand. Any break above 60.7 thousand will make me look for a bigger wave in the yellow count. The bears are getting more attention right now. Why is that? Because there are only 3 waves up. 3 waves go up. Had there been 5 waves of this move up, it could be even more positive. The white count, which is the bullish one, is still true, but there would need to be a break above both resistance areas, preferably quickly, to show that the bulls want to take back control and teach the bears that they've lost control or the lead, okay? The bears get lost sometimes. Not at all. What I meant to say was that if the bears can't act on this bearish setting, it would be a big failure for them and put the bulls back in charge. I hope that made sense and that you liked the update. Please hit the like button, leave a message, and subscribe if you did. If you really like what you see, please look into becoming a member of the channel. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more posts. Thanks for seeing it.